Subaru Legacy Spec.B. All of the go and none of the bro.
Call your car friends. It's a new review. The car is rare and the mods are all stage 2.
The Subaru Legacy Spec.B is a WRX STI in sedan form. This machine is simultaneously one of Subaru's greatest creations and also a harbinger of doom for the entire company. Consider the Spec.B. A bland-looking factory sleeper that's fun to drive, and then by 2013, Subaru applied that logic, bland and kind of fun to drive, to the whole WRX line, and then removed all the fun, and turned the WRX into a Toyota Corolla. The Spec.B was the perfect apoapse of ascending Subaru weirdness and retrograde 2016 mundane dad-courting boring. I mean, if this was an STI, it would have a cock-high spoiler and knuckle-dragging splitters. See, STIs are for King Lear bros who have reigned so long on the alpha throne that their minds have dissolved into one perpetual victory brewing fist pump. They're neutral drifting out of the student parking lot every day with their mouths open, tossing the word fag around like it's 1995. Yeah, they took life drawing class until a 60-year-old townie showed up as the model, and STI bro excused himself from the bathroom and never came back for the rest of the semester. So this Subaru sports a 2.5-liter flat-4 boxer engine, which is technically the EJ255 Turbo. You could only get the Spec.B in manual, and that's how it should be. And that's one of the reasons this car was kept special and kept out of the hands of mundanes. Yes, it's a 6-speed, and you get a lot of people, this owner included, declaring it's a bulletproof transmission. And people aren't just saying it to get car snobs off their backs for buying a Subaru. There's some merit to their claim. Much like with the STI, you can virtually do anything with this tranny. You've got people doing 10-second quarter miles, just launching the transmission, and they aren't breaking a single gear. And that's insane when you consider how lousy your average driver is at keeping their transmission in one piece. I don't know what it is about manuals that inspire guys to do burnouts and pop the clutch like it's stovetop popping corn. Maybe automatic has become so standard now, particularly in the United States, that when most guys finally learn manual, it prolapses their inner asshole. I don't know, just you know, that skipping thing with front wheel drive. These are the same guys that'll wear out their clutch trying to idle on a hill. You know that move. Oh, they got a hill start and it's a red light and they're creep back, move forward, creep back, move forward. They're just rocking. Oh, friction. Yeah, I don't want to vape. That guy. But not a lot of that guys got the Spec.B. Partly because less than 1,000 of the Spec.B examples were made in 2008, with some sources having the number around 500 units. So it's the alternative Subaru. Oh, Subaru Spec.B. B-sides, so alternative. I only play B-sides. Yeah, my hipster band only releases B-side singles. My band is called Festering Dick Cheese. It's a post-crust punk PBR band featuring disinterested drawing painting major girlfriend who just stands in front of a microcord and just posts on Instagram. And also long-haired frustrated Pokemon Go player on bass. And fully aware dick print on rhythm guitar. That's it. The entire point of driving a Spec.B is to gain that transcendental celebrity status at a car meet from a unikilt wearing manic panic hair-dyed GameStop employee driving a clattering Outback 2.5 XT. He recognizes your Spec.B and then volunteers information about his open relationship and desire to start a triumvirate. He owns 2 pugs. Both can barely breathe. This one time, I dove on a girl. She was so tight I had to use feeler gauges. Eventually, I got in and tongue to the hymen. Yeah, tighter than a premier free floater. Oh, good. My ball sack stretching kit is here. The Subaru Spec.B is better than a Focus RS. For one, no one tries to race you. For 2, you have a larger displacement engine, so you get more torque with no boost. For 3, the interior is bigger and you don't need a rear view camera to back up. For 4, my wife is a cam star. All she does is suck on her own tit. She makes $800 a month. Click here to learn more. I would rather drive a Subaru Spec.B than a Focus RS. I don't have to worry about it. I can park it anywhere. I'm nearly as fast as an RS, but I'm not advertising that I am. The only downside is, yes, it is a turbo, so it needs 93 octane. But then, so does a Focus RS. Yes, the RS would handle better under track conditions. But an RS is so tight that if the road conditions aren't ideal, it feels too hard, too juddery. A Spec.B will annoy you less on long trips, and you'll want it to take it on long trips, because it's better for highway cruising than the RS can be. The only thing it's lacking is interior amenities, because this was 2008 and infotainment wasn't around, but maybe for some of you that's a good thing. It's an uncluttered dashboard. But amenities aren't why you buy a Spec.B. There were a couple improvements for the Spec.B, such as aluminum control arms, Bilstein struts, billow pall top mounts, Alcantara seat inserts, R180 differential, chrome trim around the outside of the 18-inch wheels, if that matters to you. Now, the owner of the Spec.B has stage 2 modifications, which now makes this more of a track day tune. He built it more for handling than for power, though. Now, this Spec.B has a lot of modifications. I'm not going to name them all, or else this is going to be longer than the last Transformers movie. So here we go. 3-inch downpipe, 3-inch catback exhaust, Adven RS wheels, 14-inch 4-piston stop-tech brakes in the front, and 14-inch 2-piston stop-tech brakes for the back. A pair and inlet pipe, Cobb access port, of course, because it's a Subaru! An STI short shifter, pair in front and rear sway bars, white line sway bar inlets for front and rear, white line anti-lift bushings, and a motorized license plate flip out. And I can replay it, repeating the action over and over again, and you guys can invent your own catchphrase. And lastly, Michelin Pilot Supersport tires. Almost a prerequisite, really. And the owner dailies this car. He's currently around 150,000 miles, and he plans to keep it until it dies, then replace the engine, and keep it going more. According to the owner, not a lot of people know what the hell it is when they see it. They just see Subaru, and they just see it's a sedan, and that's all the farther they think. Is it really that weird? I mean, listen to that exhaust. It's as familiar and reassuring as Patton Oswalt's voice. There's this idea that Subarus can't be for true enthusiasts, as if that's the realm of Porsche or BMW. Look, Subaru owners, and there's a very real chance that I will become one, know that car culture has dealt you a lot of L's in Tetris, without racking up any W's on the leaderboard. You might feel like you've lost all the ground you made in car culture, thanks to STI drivers, but remember, car culture is like Tetris. Errors pile up, and sometimes accomplishments disappear. But then again, so do L's.
Call your car friends. It's a new review. The car is rare and mods are all stage 2, but this ain't just a Subaru. It's cause for bros to worship you.